This is Chels Daft, and this is your 5-minute Chelsea news, with it's pretty much being made official without being official, if you get my drift. Chelsea's up for sale. Without further ado, let's get cracking. So guys, different 5-minute news video today is discussing just the one subject, and that's Abramovich selling Chelsea. The situation with Ukraine, we're all aware of it. We all know about it. I'm not going to go into it in too much detail. We knew last week that the MP, Chris Bryant, was pushing for the government to punish Abramovich, to strip him of Chelsea and his assets in the UK. He's come out and said that he's terrified of being sanctioned and he's trying to sell all of his properties in the UK as quickly as possible. And it's being confirmed last night that Swiss billionaire Hans-Jörg Wyss has claimed that he and 3 other people have been offered the chance to buy Chelsea by Roman Abramovich, but at the moment he's asking too much. They're claiming that Chelsea owe him 2 billion and he's asking for 3 billion to sell the club. And this guy and a number of other people have had their say on it, and it's interesting to hear what they're going to say. Swiss billionaire Hans-Jörg Wyss has turned around and said this: Abramovich is trying to sell all of his villas in England. He's also trying to get rid of Chelsea quickly. I and 3 other people have received an offer on Tuesday to buy Chelsea from Abramovich. I have to wait 4 to 5 days now. Abramovich is asking far too much. You know, Chelsea owe him 2 billion. Chelsea has no money. As of today, we don't know the exact selling price. I can well imagine starting at Chelsea with partners, but I have to examine the general conditions first. But what I can already say, I'm definitely not doing something like this alone. If I buy Chelsea, then with a consortium consisting of 6 to 7 investors. Another person linked with being contacted by the club is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the UK's richest man, who was linked with a takeover deal previously, with reports a while ago that he offered Chelsea 2 billion, which was turned down by Abramovich. Now, will he now decide to take up the offer? Will he decide to get involved with a consortium to put another offer in to buy Chelsea along with this Swiss millionaire? We have to wait and see what's going to happen. One thing is clear: the club's £1.51 billion debt, which is what they owe Abramovich, will need to be covered as part of this takeover deal. That's the bare minimum. Obviously, Abramovich will look for a profit as well, which is why he's trying to reportedly look for double that amount, 3 billion, to sell the club. As we see, the whole situation's escalating. The whole situation in Ukraine is getting worse. It's just escalating. And we saw reports yesterday that Abramovich has flown to Belarus to try and broker a peace agreement between Ukraine and Russia. When it comes to his properties and assets in the UK, he's looking to get rid of them as quickly as possible. And we have to face up to the fact that we're going to be a club that's not owned by Abramovich, who, since he took over, has won it all, has overseen the most successful period in Chelsea's history in the last 18 years that he's been here, pushing 19 years, and it's been amazing. For every single one of us that lived for the times previous to Abramovich, to those that have enjoyed the time since he's been here, it's been a remarkable, remarkable time for Chelsea, an unprecedented success which we'll never ever forget. But unfortunately, it looks as though it's coming to a head and coming to a point much, much sooner than anybody would ever have expected. Now, let's also not forget there's a game this evening, Chelsea versus Luton in the FA Cup, and I'll be doing my live match commentary tonight, so look out for the link to that coming out on the channel later. We've seen the situation with Thomas Tuchel yesterday. He's been asked to answer some questions which is nothing to do with him. He obviously snapped at the press, and you expect him to do that. You know, he's just there to deal with football. He's just there to deal with what's happening on a day-by-day basis with the football team. He's not there to be a spokesperson for the football club as a whole. Official statements come out. Yeah, they're not great, but they've come out. It's not down to him. It looks as though this whole situation is becoming quite stressful internally within the club. And as soon as a deal can be done and new owners come in place, then we can then just step forward. But at the moment, this whole situation is just escalating. And all we can do as supporters is focus on the football and wait to see what's going to happen with regards to the new investors. As I say, guys, it's going to happen. Chelsea's up for sale and expect a deal to be done or rush through quite quickly. There's a game to be played. Let's focus on the football. And as I say, it's a very, very different 5-minute news bulletin that's coming out this afternoon. Have your say in the comment section below about anything I've discussed and these reports that are being put out in the media right now, and the situation obviously with Abramovich personally. Focus on why we're supporters. It's the football club and the football team, and let's get back to that. No one person is bigger than the football club, and that means the owner, the manager, the players. There's not a single person that's more important than Chelsea Football Club, and that's why I do what I do. That's why you're a supporter. So let's focus on that. I'll be doing the match coverage from 7 p.m, so make sure you join me for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's see what happens. See you tonight.